It's time to go around the NFL right here on Kap and J Hood. Jesse's in for Kap here on ESPN 1000 and streaming on the ESPN Chicago app. I'd like to remind you, we will have the Friday folder coming your way at 9:35. Stuff we couldn't get to, and definitely the wheel of topics. We have plenty for Jesse. You know, Jesse would usually be on at 8:30, but as a guest, but since he's co-hosting, we still have baseball stuff for him. That's coming up at 9:18.
Looking forward to it.
Around the NFL, here's Charlie Bevins.
All right, let's start with one quick news item. Patriots extend running back Ramondre Stevenson. The reason I think this is significant is I think we're past the days of very dramatic running back holdouts. Remember, like the Le'Veon Bell one. I remember the Jonathan Taylor one. These guys, they're maybe not getting paid the way, at least percentage of the cap, or the way they used to, but the running back market has sort of seemed to settle in its own place, and now these guys are at least getting to second contracts without having to go to free agency.
So you think about the running back position, Charlie, 4 years, $36 million. I think that is, and $17 million guaranteed. That's the key number is $17 million guaranteed. This is where we are with the running back situation, Jesse, where you used to pay through the nose for them. Football was about running the football and defense and having a quarterback that's good enough to be able to get the ball to the running back.
Yeah.
And now the running back is almost not expendable, but it's one that you don't pay a lot for anymore. And that's a good number for Stevenson.
So here's a really naive question, because I haven't followed this storyline as much. I know that the running back position kind of bottomed out in terms of what you're talking about, Charlie, like in J-Hood, the salaries.
Yeah.
But running backs and the union, I think, made a stink about this, right?
Correct.
They made guys held out, whatever. So have they benefited from it, Charlie? Is this deal the result of all the stink these guys made?
Like Nick Chubb got his deal, Jonathan Taylor got his deal. Like, again, these guys are getting paid. It's just not what it was 15 years ago.
But at least they're getting second contracts.
Yeah, they're entering. How about this? They're entering the last year of their contracts with much more security because they know they have that second deal coming, instead of, all right, now we got to play the franchise tag game. Now we got to hold out. Now we got to do this and that.
Okay.
And a shout out to the Patriots, because as they try to rebuild this thing post Belichick, they're re-signing their own guys. They got their tight end Henry. They got Bourne, the wide receiver. Again, these are decent deals for them. So they're re-signing and retaining their own talent this offseason. Kind of not a retooling, not a rebuild, but kind of a retool. Would you say, Charlie? That's where they're going with the Patriots?
Yeah, well, the rebuild probably started probably last year, really, because you think of all the guys on offense that they just didn't have. I mean, they've never had – that's the thing. They never had top-tier skill players. Mm-hmm. That was just – you have Tom Brady. You can make your way without it. But, you know, the cupboard is bare. That's why I was always a little worried about Drake May. But, like, yeah, I think this is this is going to be a multi-year project for them.
All right. What else do we have?
Sports Illustrated listed 10 potential first-time Pro Bowlers heading into this season. Not on this list was a single Bear, including DJ Moore, who actually has not made a Pro Bowl. I would think he'd be near the top of the list of guys who could make a first-time Pro Bowl.
Okay, when we take a look at this Bears roster, okay, the ones that could make the Pro Bowl this year, how many on the defensive side of the football? First.
I think Sweat made it last year.
That's one. Anybody to the secondary, because that's the strength of the team.
But we're talking about first time. Is that the list?
Or just
first time Pro Bowl.
Stevenson?
Could Stevenson be in the?
I think Stevenson's an interesting one. I think Kyler Gordon would be an interesting one.
I mean, the only thing with DJ Moore might be the whole they all split the numbers. You know what I mean?
Offensively,
the
yeah.
The wide receivers all, are 800-yard guys or something like that.
Do you have the short list of those that?
And what about Caleb? No chance?
What about him?
No chance at the Pro Bowl?
I mean, but that they had to be extra special for that to happen.
How many rookie quarterbacks make it? Not many.
I don't know, Carm.
Well, I mean, it's so weird because so many of these guys end up sitting out. And so, I mean, like Trubisky made one in 2018 when he was not even the third best quarterback in his division.
Right. That's a little different. Like chosen, though, not selected fifth because 4 guys sat out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, like Montez Sweat was there, Jalen Johnson was there. So they have guys who have made it, but like I think you could put Jaquan Brisker. Like they have a lot of guys in that secondary who, if they ascended this year and it's very likely the Bears are the story of this season. And that could be for defense. That could be for, hopefully it's for offense. But you would think that if they're that kind of force as far as the NFL conversation goes, with all those eyeballs and because it is fan voting, so much of it is fan voting, they'll have more guys getting there. And like Keenan Allen's made a Pro Bowl before. He's the type of guy to me who would not want to go because he's just been there before. He's been around for so long. DJ Moore, if it's his first time, he's probably going.
I would say that, again, who knows with Caleb Williams, because there's so much talent on the surface on the offensive side, because you still got to give Roma Dunze his, and you got to get Keenan Allen his, and you got to get DeAndre Swift his running the football.
I mean, is it impossible for one of the offensive linemen?
It could be. Well, hopefully that's Tevin Jenkins, a healthy Tevin Jenkins. Don't forget the tight ends and Cole Kmet.
Well, the guy on the right. What about the right tackle?
Darnell Wright.
Yeah, Darnell Wright.
We will see.
Someone's going to make the Pro Bowl for the first time.
Yes.
Or this Bears team's not going to be as good as we thought.
There are several choices, but I think they might be heavy on the defensive side of the football.
Maybe.
So we'll see. Charlie?
All right. Kelly Stafford, the wife of Matthew Stafford, was on a podcast, and she made a very interesting revelation about her time at Georgia.
Wait, so was he trying to casually date and you were all in?
Oh, yeah, girl. Anyways, long story short, it wasn't that cute of a relationship at first. I hated him. I loved him. I dated the backup to piss him off, which
Oh,
worked.
yes.
He was like,
That'll do it.
He was the bad boy, too. Like, Matthew's so sweet and Southern gentleman and all
Yeah.
that stuff. And the backup was the complete opposite.
Yep.
Ooh, and it upset him. So they lived in the same dorm because athletes lived in the same dorm, and he would see my car there. And so at one point, he like waited and followed me out and got in my car and wouldn't get out.
Stop.
And he was
You're like,
like,
this is so hot.
I was like, this is amazing. It's working.
Yeah.
I was get out of my car, and he was like, he's not right for you. And I was like, what? You can't tell me that.
From the Off the Vine podcast.
I almost want to put this in like deal breakers or something. This is such a bizarre story, and this is not the first time like Matthew Stafford's personal life has ended up in the crosshairs of social media discourse.
It's not that big of a deal, Charlie. I mean, it's just college. What,
Yes.
is this a big deal? Big deal. She's just telling a funny, stupid story. What all ends, it ended well.
I just wouldn't want my laundry airing out like that.
I mean, it's the beginning of the relationship 10 years ago or whatever it is. I think it's nothing. It's a nothing burger.
It's a nothing burger to you, but what if that happened to one Jesse Rogers?
Jesse believes in love.
It's the retelling of the beginning of their relationship. Now, if the relationship ended poorly, that would not be as acute a story. I don't know. It's not that big of a deal.
Dated the backup
It's
just
kinda funny.
to make Matthew Stafford jealous.
Like she's the first person to do that, man or woman, to make the other person jealous.
You would like to think that the woman that you're going to be with for the rest of your life is a little pure. You would hope there's some purity there.
Yes, you want to think that, even
Yes.
though it ain't true.
How do you know? Did you ask?
Yours or mine?
You would.
I hope he's not asking yours.
I think it's a cute story, to be honest. Nothing more than that.
Just interesting. But from Charlie's standpoint, those things have to be kept in house. He doesn't want his dirty laundry out there because now people are chanting that your wife is,
Exactly. Like, think about when the Rams play, I don't know, like Green Bay or New England or something. They're going to find out this backup quarterback's name. They're going to be chanting that backup quarterback's name. And if they don't, it's a missed opportunity by that fan base.
And if I'm Matthew Stafford, I applaud it. I mean, this is not life and death, folks. I applaud. That would be a creative chant.
Uh-huh. Tyson Bagent. Oh, my God.
Did we figure out who it is yet?
No.
Okay.
He's the
Big
backup. Tyson Bagent.
And I'd be like,
Tyson
bravo.
Bagent.
She's my wife now, and we've got millions.
Yeah, but Tyson had her first. You don't want that. Tyson.
Whatever.
Hit it first. Oh, my God.
I'm guessing Matthew doesn't care.
Oh, that's good stuff.
And if he really cared, she wouldn't have said it. It's my
the
guess.
backup quarterback. All right.
That's a classic move. Date the backup to get the starter jealous.
Sure. And as I look around the NFL right here on the Kap and J Hood, coming up, more into the story of Alex Caruso, no longer part of the Chicago Bulls. Caruso goes to the Thunder, and the Bulls are getting Josh Giddey. So what are the Bulls getting in Giddey? Find out next on Kap and J Hood.